When it comes to retirement, there are a number of questions that might arise, especially surrounding federal and private company policies. That's why federal benefits consultant Mario Taffo is joining me to share some insight on this topic. Good morning, Mario. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure having you on the show. I think this is obviously important information to share with our viewers. So when it comes to retiring, when it's time, how does federal retirement differ from private sector retirement?
Great question. The two types of retirement, private sector and federal, differ mainly from the sources of income. Federal employees and state, employees have pensions, they have Social Security income, and they have their IRAs or TSPs, 401k equivalent that they withdraw money from as income. On the private sector, we pretty much rely on Social Security and whatever we put away for our retirement. Also, within the federal government, they have pension, Social Security, TSP, health insurance, and life insurance that they can take with them post-retirement. So the huge package that needs to be set up correctly at the time of retirement.
Yeah, another question for you. Why don't federal retirees drop to lower tax brackets in retirement?
Great question. Usually, when you are looking at three sources of income, your pension, Social Security, and TSP, your tax brackets usually stays within the same threshold. The same amount of the tax that you pay during your career is pretty close to the same in retirement. So usually they're not dropping to a lower tax bracket just because of that income. And remember, TSP, their 401k equivalent, it's an IRA, which means that they're forced to take that money out in their mid-70s. Therefore, they're always going to have three sources of income, not allowing them to drop to a lower tax bracket.
Yeah, you just alluded to it a little bit there, but do federal retirees need a unique type of planning for their IRA or 401k?
Definitely. One, because of fees. I know there's a lot of investment advisors out there that could probably do the same, if not a little bit better than what the TSP has. But when it comes to fees, the TSP is probably one of the lowest fees IRAs out there. They charge 0.06 all in. Therefore, before people are moving their money out of their TSP or their 401k equivalent, they should be looking at fees. Second, taxes. Every single penny that comes out of their traditional IRAs, it's going to get added to their already high incomes. Therefore, those withdrawals are going to be paying a little bit more in taxes.
It sounds like federal employees planning for or heading for retirement have a minefield of things they need to consider and plan for. Is that the case?
It is the case, especially at 65, when Medicare commingles with their health insurance. Okay, because going back to those three sources of income, when some of these federal employees select Part B, their Part B is it's based on their annual income. Therefore, the cost of Part B is going to double, and in some cases, depending on how much they're withdrawing from their IRAs, it could triple. So it's very important to understand not just what income, what withdrawals, but most importantly, what are we going to need that income for in the future, so that way it doesn't hurt you when it comes to things like Medicare.
Now, Mario, before you go, for any viewers watching, are there any advice or tips that you can share before we have to leave you?
Definitely. TSP, all of you federal employees out there, your TSP has a Roth option, which is probably the number one thing that we can use right away to avoid some of these future tax problems. By moving your future contributions into your Roth TSP, this will ensure that your tax liability in retirement will minimize. We can run numbers. I'll be happy to connect with you, take time to set up these retirement plans for you. Give us a call, email us. We'll be happy to get those plans and those information straight to the public. As a 501c3 nonprofit, we don't charge anything for our services. We get funded by donations and referrals. We love getting this information out to you guys, so please make sure to connect with us.
Great info. Mario, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me, and God bless.
Thank you so much. For more information on navigating your retirement and benefits, visit ifaonline.org.